Welcome to the Childcare Genius podcast, proud to be the world's #1 community for brilliant childcare leaders. Each episode will feature interviews with the brightest minds in the childcare industry to guide you into becoming a smarter business leader. Our hosts have opened 10 schools while raising 5 children. They are certified business coaches and are the top-selling childcare business book authors of all time. This episode is sponsored by Elif Childcare Insurance. Give Blake a call at 972-232-2258 to get a free quote on childcare business insurance today. Let's welcome to the Childcare Genius podcast our hosts, Brian and Carol Duprey.
Welcome to episode 60 of the Childcare Genius podcast.
We're your hosts, Brian and Carol Duprey. We've got a great episode planned for people today, but we don't have a special guest. We have ourselves, and we're kind of excited. If you notice, we're a little tan because we just got back from a week in Jamaica. We're excited about that. Did you have fun?
I did. I liked the resort. I thought it was wonderful, and it was so nice getting to know all the people.
Yeah, we had just at 100 attendees attend our event. We had the highest percentage of men attending a childcare conference, if any childcare conference like in the world ever. 35% of our attendees were men, was couples building the business together, which was great. A lot of them, I think what they said, biggest comment I heard is, wow, I didn't realize how hard my wife actually works. And the second comment I heard was a lot of, wow, you can make a lot of money in this childcare thing, can't you? Like the guys were shocked. Anyway, so we enjoyed having a lot of couples at our event. We work together, and a lot of the people that we coach and work with work husband and wife. We had a few business partners. We had single ladies come into the event as well. We actually had a couple guys that were there by themselves that run childcare centers without it. So it was a good event overall. We focused on 5 areas at our conference, and it was mindset on day 1. Day 2, we did leadership. Day 3, we did systems and operations. Day 4, we did marketing, and day 5, we did financial. And it worked out great. We had 4-hour days. Mm-hmm. So we started at 9 every morning. We were done at 1 p.m. And that was cool. Did you like the short days?
Yeah, I did.
I mean, it was 20 hours of content over 5 days, but we spread everything out. So you're not like bombarded with these long 8, 9, 10-hour days where you're exhausted going to a conference. And one of my favorite parts is every day at 2:30 in the afternoon, what do? We
went to the pool and we talked to everybody. Like everybody networked with everybody else. And
we called it poolside coaching, but by the middle of the week, we changed the name to poolside networking.
Right.
And it was phenomenal. It was actually the #1 thing that people said they enjoyed about the conference, being able to network in the pool, in bathing suits, mind you. You would think that could be kind of awkward, but no, it was so cool. You know, with a drink in their hand, they were just relaxing, having fun, getting to know people, meeting a lot. And that was one of the coolest aspects. So we're already planning for next year's conference. Our leverage conference will be held somewhere in the Caribbean. We're working on sourcing hotels right now. It'll probably be the last week of September 2023. Book it right now as far as getting that time blocked on your calendar. And we're going to limit that event to 200 attendees because we want to keep it fairly small. We don't want to go crazy at attendees. So it'll probably sell out in a very quick, short order. And we'll be not doing tickets probably till spring on that or late winter. And we're excited. And we're going to keep the theme the same with 5 days and short days, poolside coaching. And again, limited attendees so we could have that family feel. And the food was great. We're going to pick a different resort next time, even though our resort was good, just to give a different experience. Every time we go, it'll be a different experience. You don't want to keep going to the same exact place every single year for sure. But one thing we don't do at our conferences is sell.
Right.
We don't sell anything. Some conferences are so salesy that it's almost a turnoff. Like you almost want to leave the room when they start selling something, and they sell multiple things. They get the vendors up on stage. They're trying to sell their product. And we don't sell anything. We don't pitch our own coaching program. We don't pitch anything. All we're trying to do is give them value, which I believe we did. Several of the people who did join end up joining our coaching program, though.
Right.
They came to us. We did not approach them at all, but we figured we'd do an episode where we share with you our coaching program, because we feel that there's people out there that are struggling right now that could use our help. And you might be choosing between, you might be going to a conference even this week and say, that you might be looking at a coaching program, like, I'm thinking about joining that. We want to give you, we want to pitch you for our coaching program today. So we are going to be a little salesy today, but you have a choice whether to turn it off right now. So if you don't want to be sold or don't want it to be salesy, go ahead and turn off your podcast right now. So if you're still listening, then you obviously don't care about salesy. It's something that like I said, we don't do at our conference, but I want to be able to share a little bit about why we're different and give you a chance to come partner with us and join, probably I'd say the fastest growing coaching program in America right now, the childcare program. We're growing, but we're also capping our program so we don't grow too big. Some of them out there are just too big, kind of get lost. They don't know your name. We weren't going to let that happen. Right. So why are we different? So first thing I'd say we're different is we do one-on-one coaching at all levels. And every one of our coaching students gets one-on-one individualized attention. We found out that when you have an issue, if you're in a group setting, you tend to not want to tell your friends the negative. So we found out that pods are better for laundry and not for coaching programs. Because people, what I've been told is people are embarrassed to bring up negative in a group setting of people that become your friends. But with a one-on-one coach, there's nowhere to hide. So we could dig down and find out what's really going on. So if you get kind of lost in your coaching group and you want one-on-one attention, I think we have a really good product for that. And Carol and I coach at our highest level, which is our Dynasty program. That's the only students that we actually coach ourselves. And we have a team of amazing, we call them professors, but they are coaches that are dynamic. Every one of our coaches is a current or former child care center owner. We made sure of that. They all were profitable owners, and some are still very profitable owners running their own programs. So we make sure we have a very trained, profitable, good business people running it. So we have 2 live conferences a year, and you love Jamaica, you love the Caribbean. Okay. But another city we also love that we're going to be doing a conference in the spring, which will be announced fairly soon. We're going to be doing a live conference in April as well. And that's going to be open for your owners. And it's also going to be open for your leadership team, your directors, your executive directors. So we do 2 live conferences a year, one in the spring and one in the fall. And we also do 2 virtual conferences, one in January, one in July. So the benefit of only having 2 live conferences is not as much travel. You don't have to travel 4 or 5 times a year to go to conferences. That allows you to go to your local conferences. It allows you to go to the other amazing childcare conferences they have out there. You won't have to be stuck just coming to ours because you're traveling every quarter. You can go into our 2 a year, and then go to whatever other ones you want in the United States or in other countries, wherever, because you're not limited to that. And then the 2 virtual conferences a year, you'll get those as well free. So I think we like how we've done it. We found that the amount of travel was a negative to a lot of members. Like, they just can't get away every 3 months, but they could do it twice a year, get away from their kids. So we limited that as well. Our prices are almost half of what other coaching groups are in some cases, 40, 50, 60% less. We kept it affordable.
Right.
We wanted to not gouge on the profit side on ours. We kept our expenses very low. And by doing so, we're able to pass that savings on to the customers. We wanted to keep it affordable and not out of range. And we also are the only one that offers a 5X guarantee on investment. People like guarantees. You much more apt to buy something with a guarantee, Carol?
Absolutely.
Pretty much everything you buy on Amazon, right? You know, something you don't like it, you can return it. Well, our guarantee is you're going to get at least 5 times your investment back in the first year, or I'm going to coach you for free until that investment is returned to you. So we're going to make sure you never. Now, I've been offering this guarantee for years. I've never had anybody claim it. You know why? because we get them 5 times a guarantee. They're gonna get that value back in there. And all levels of coaching, even though we only coach at the upper level, everybody in our coaching program gets access to us once a month. So we do a thing called ABC every first Wednesday of every month, 2 o'clock Eastern time. It's called ABC, which stands for Ask Brian and Carol. And it's a 1 hour call where you could come in and ask us anything, and we're going to answer that call. So every group, regardless of level, will have access to that call and access to us. And again, we want to make sure we're accessible to everybody on our coaching team. That's why we're limiting the size of our coaching program. All levels are going to be capped. So we do not overgrow the smallness of our coaching program. We want everybody to feel special. We want everybody to feel they're part of our family. We want to know everybody's names. We want to know your spouse's name. And that just can't happen if it grows too big. So we're capping every single level of enrollment to make sure that doesn't happen. And we'll have waiting lists above that as well. So we're different. What do you like, Carol, about, you got to meet a lot of our coaching students in Jamaica. What's your favorite part of hanging out with our students?
Well, I think my favorite part was just getting to know everybody on a personal level, not just about their business, but about their family and about everything, about their struggles, about what issues they have with not just their childcare, but with everything else. I mean, everything that you do in your life impacts your business, whether it's business related or not. And the other good thing about our coaching program is that you're not stuck with one coach. You have a primary coach, but if you have an issue that another coach would be better to help you with, you can see them.
Yes, and that is one thing. And you get to pick your coach. Whereas sometimes coaching programs assign you a coach. We have a whole team of coaches, other than Carol and I, because I said we only coach the high level one-on-one coaching. But you get to pick whichever coach you want as your primary, but you're allowed to do a coaching call with any one of our team members. And when it's your call that month, you could trade it out and do a call with Lisa. You could do a call to Alyssa or Christine or Joy or Kim. So our coaching staff is here to help you. And I would encourage everybody to use all of my coaches and just rotate and get a little bit of everybody, because they all bring a different skill set to the table as far as working with that. So I think that's what makes us different as well. And I loved how you said you get to learn and meet everybody and grow with it. We had dinner every night with 10 different people. So we picked people at random who attended the conference. We picked some university students, some not. We try to put people together. And that was really cool.
That's nice.
Every night, again, we had 8 to 10 people. At lunch, we would have multiple people. So we ate one meal by ourselves the entire week.
Yeah.
It was a week of service. We sat with the people. We were in the crowd. We never worked. We didn't have a stage. We didn't want to be elevated above everybody else, because the speaker is no better than everybody else. Again, we do things differently. So we didn't want people to feel like we were better than anybody, or our coaches were any better than anybody else. We sat at the tables with the members. Our coaches were there taking notes, participating in the exercises. There was no coach table in the back of the room. Our coaches were there taking notes because they have centers too. And they were learning, again, doing things differently. And again, no stage. We don't want to be elevated. And lastly, we were accessible the entire week. We were in the pools. We were there. We were at the meet and greet. We went on a catamaran cruise with, I think, 70 people on the catamaran cruise. We want to be what we call servant leaders. And we want to be accessible to you. So when we come to our conferences, you're never going to see us hide behind a curtain, being managed or handled. You're going to see us amongst the crowd, because we consider ourselves one of you. We're no better than anybody else. We just have made more mistakes. And by making more mistakes, we've learned from them. And now we're teaching other people. So we're very humble. And we love helping people. I took a lot of selfies, probably hundreds of them, with people. I love doing that. I want to take pictures for my camera with them. It wasn't the other way around. I enjoy taking people and getting to know people. So So let's do an exercise. If you're still with me, if you haven't hung up on me now, and because I'm talking about coaching program, if you're still with me, pull out a piece of paper. We're going to do a call an MCP exercise. And this is very powerful to do like every quarter in your business, because what I'm finding out right now is centers that were full just after the pandemic have gotten openings lately. And what's happening is the government has kind of messed up the free market system. They're throwing so much free money at childcare centers in states right now that is keeping them open long past what the free market has dictated, meaning that there's some centers out there that kind of need to close, and they're being kept open by grant money. And what's happening is there's too many spots in certain markets and not enough spots in others. So the government's playing winners and losers. And what's happening is it's caused a kind of an enrollment problem in a lot of states, especially at the preschool level. Combine that with free pre-K in some states, where now people have openings that they didn't have openings, and they're actually struggling financially. Grant money is winding down, so centers might be in a little bit more trouble, and you have a lot of what we call MCP. MCP stands for money in competitors' pockets, meaning that there are openings in your school right now that we could fill, but right now your competitors have those children, have those spots, and we're going to help you get those spots and fill it up. So how you do this exercise is take your open spots. Let's just say you have 7 open spots at the preschool level and you get $300 a week. So that's, do the math, 700 times 300, that's $2,100 a week. Then multiply that times 52. And you say, oh, that's $40,000. Just doing the math in my head. I probably don't even know what the number is, but do that. And then say, okay, have 3 toddlers at $325 a week, and then multiply times 52, and then three infants or whatever. And then figure out how many spots you have open, times your tuition, and then figure out how much MCP you have, how much money that's available to you. And if you were full that you're not making, and say, what is it costing you annually to not be full right now? And I was just doing this exercise with somebody on a call today, and they only had 5 spots open, but that 5 spots represented almost $100,000 of revenue, $10,000 a month they weren't getting. And they were just shocked by that. And if we can help you grab that money and put it in your pocket, you'd be in much better shape. So that's our job, is to help you fill up. And enrolling just 1 or 2 children in your entire program in a year will help you pay for that coaching. Usually coaching is paid for just enrolling 1 child at most centers across America. At our upper levels, it's usually 2 children. If we can show you how to enroll 1 or 2 children in the course of a year, you'll pay for us sometimes even more than once over. Our rates, what do we charge, Brian? Most coaching programs won't put their prices on their website. We do. We're transparent. We have nothing to hide. We don't want to hide behind rates and try to sell you first and then throw this price in later on. No. As of right now, 2023, we're recording this in October of 2023. Our rates are for Thrive, it's $699 a month. That's for small centers, licensed around I'd say small, under 100, one center program. And with that, there's a whole lot of benefits. You can look on our website, childcaregenius.com/coaching, and learn about it. And I'm going to guarantee that 5 times. If you're a small program and you're suffering and struggling, we could help you. There's great coaching available. If you're at a leverage client, you're somebody who's got multiple schools or one large school, and you just want more leverage in your business. Brian, what's leverage? Leverage is being able to control your calendar, not being able to be a slave to your school, not being tied down, not being called into every little thing, meaning that you are really, you get leverage over time, meaning you can control whether you go in or not, whether you have somebody else delegating certain priorities. You can control your calendar instead of your calendar control you. That's a leverage owner. We can help you get that leverage. That's $13.99 a month. And again, that's usually 1 child enrolled pays for that, because most of you are getting more than $13.99 a month tuition for 1 child in a month. Some of you get more than that, a lot more than that. So if we help you enroll 1 kid in the course of a year, it pays for leverage. And with leverage level, you get team benefits. You get access to your leadership team. They get training, a whole training program as well. And then we have a limited amount of Dynasty clients. Now, Dynasty is what Carol and I coach at. It's the only level that gets one-on-one coaching through us. That's $2,500 a month at the moment. That's $30,000 a year. That is a lot of money, isn't it, Joe?
It is a lot of
And
money.
I'm going to guarantee 150K return back to them in year one. Carol and I will also come to your school on a Dynasty visit at our own expense and see your program. We'll spend the entire 10-hour day with you, going over your books, looking at your profit, financials, and looking for the hidden blind spots in your business. And there are lots of them. And where we can grab money and help put it in your pocket, increase your profitability. We had somebody join this program today. She said, Brian, I know you're going to get this money back to me because right now I know I could be more profitable. I make 12% profit now, and I know you could help me get a 15% or more. That's what we specialize in, squeezing that profit. And that extra 3% is probably $250,000 to her. So we will get that money back to her. Again, we love transparency. We're the only coaching group that puts our prices on our website, that we talk about them publicly. We may raise them in the future, but once you join ours, we're not going to raise your rates. That's the good thing. We're going to keep you locked in. So that's a little bit about our coaching program. If you have any questions, feel free to reach out to me, Brian@childcaregenius.com, or info@childcaregenius.com. Either one of them, you'll reach me or Carol. And we would love to have you part of our coaching family. We're smaller. We keep it on the family level. We want to make sure you succeed. We love this business. We're owners too. We still own centers. Not every childcare coaching company can say that the owner of the company is in the same situation you are. We still have staffing struggles. We still have people that call in sick. We still have to make payroll at the end. We still do all of the stuff that you have to do. We have a large real estate business as well. We have a real estate management company. So part of our thing, our leverage clients and our Dynasty clients get one-on-one coaching on the real estate side as well. So we will help you with real estate deals. We'll help you finance stuff. We do everything ourselves. We don't do anything like syndication. We teach you how to make money through passive income through real estate, doing it on your own. So I'd say we're different. There's no coaching program in America right now like ours, especially at the prices that we're doing it at. So we could do that. We're going to guarantee it. And why should they join?
Well, you should join because it's going to excel your business. And also, not only will we show you how to make money by enrolling more children, but we'll show you things that you never thought of ways to save money. We've had clients that have saved well above what they paid in their business just by things we've shown them with taxes and other things.
You're exactly right. And saved money is earned money. So if we show you how to save $100,000 on furniture, well, you know what? The same as putting $100,000 right in your pocket. Yeah. And we've helped people save that much money and more on equipment by buying new used equipment, because there are out there. Centers don't open. So even slightly used equipment is new. Your center's full of used equipment. No, I bought it. No, it's used now. Once a kid drools on it, it's new. It's used equipment. When you clean it up, it's just as good. If you think it's good enough for your kids, well, why can't it be good enough if somebody else buys it? And we buy furniture 10 cents on the dollar, and it's pretty darn good stuff. So again, little trips like that we teach in our program, and there's a lot more of them. So we would love to have you join us. If there's spots open, give us a call. Send us an email, Brian@childcaregenius.com. Reach out. If you want to do a free coaching call with me, I could do that as well, where I could talk a little bit about this, and I could help you in areas you're struggling. Just go to childcaregenius.com and under the coaching tab, select a free coaching call, and I'll get on it. But you have to be a center owner. I don't work with home providers. Apologize about that. But on those calls, it's just for center owners. We like it licensed about 50 or more, because that's the sweet spot of where I could help. And so if you got in there, you guarantee you're going to come away with 2 or 3 action items. So we'd love to join our coaching program. Please come on, make that decision, come aboard. It's the only time you're going to see me salesy, because when you come to our conference, that's just not going to happen. We hope you'll consider joining the Child Care Genius University. Think about what you paid for your college education, what you got out of that college education. an education through our college, which is Childcare Genius University, will return millions of dollars to you over your rest of your life. It'll be one of the best returns on investment you'll ever do. So this concludes episode 60 of the Childcare Genius podcast. Thank you for listening. And if you're still listening, thank you for allowing us to talk a little bit about what we feel is the best childcare coaching program on the planet today.
And just a reminder to hit the subscribe button so you won't miss a future episode of the Childcare Genius podcast. See you next week.
We'll see you next week.
Bye.
Bye-bye.
Thank you for listening to the Childcare Genius podcast. If you enjoyed the show, please do us a favor and hit the subscribe button so you don't miss a future episode. Don't forget to visit our website at childcaregenius.com to see a list of services we offer to help grow your childcare business. Until next time, thank you for being a part of the Childcare Genius community.